Well, good evening, happy Monday, and welcome to this very special edition of Bronco Nation Live. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. As you all know, I'm Jordan, and I am with my lovely co-host, Laura, who is actually live from the Fairlane estate in Dearborn, Michigan for this extremely exciting episode. We got a lot to cover tonight. We are going to, of course, be announcing the winner of the Bronco Raptor sweepstakes as part of the Fairlane estate, home of Henry and Clara Ford. Benefiting that, of course, the restoration going on there, we're going to talk to Bob Burry and Edsel Ford II, who are here joining us to answer questions about the estate, how the restoration's going, and of course, announce the winner of this incredible vehicle. We are then going to talk about events that we have coming up, do community highlights, some housekeeping, and Q&A as always, so it's going to be an action-packed and extremely fun evening with all of you. We know we usually do it on Wednesday, but because of this special occasion, we figured we do it on this Monday to coincide with the giveaway winner announcement. If you may remember, we talked to Mr. Ford and Bob back in July when the giveaway and the sweepstakes was first announced, and now they are back joining us about 8 months later to talk more in depth about the restoration, give us an update on how it's going, and of course to let one of you lucky people know if you will be walking away with your very own Bronco Raptor. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce our two special guests for the evening, Edsel Ford II and Bob Burry, the CEO and president of the Fairlane estate, former home of Henry and Clara Ford. Bob, Mr. Ford, thank you all so much for joining us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, great to have you guys. Well, Mr. Ford, we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to start with you. How are the restorations going with the house? Give us some updates. How is the estate looking? And yeah.
Well, the estate's looking fantastic, and thanks for asking, Jordan. We've been at this now for 4 or 5 years, and have completed almost 80% of the first floor of Clara and Henry's house, and we're now looking to go upstairs and work on some of the rooms upstairs, especially Clara and Henry's bedroom, which is, of course, of interest to me. And then behind you, which you can't see, behind the Bronco is the garage. And we're actually going to spend quite a bit of money trying to put together or recreate the garage for lots of different reasons. And behind the garage are actually the powerhouse, where Henry Ford actually created a system where he could create energy by using water. So that's part of the restoration process. And finally, he had his personal office on the second floor of the garage. And I'm very excited about working on that and trying to figure out, what did Henry Ford actually do in that office. So lots of exciting things going on, and thanks to all the participants in the Bronco Nation for buying all the tickets that they did. It's really going to a great cause, and for those of you who out there who are Fordophiles like I am, this is very exciting times.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Laura and Bob are actually seated in the billiards room of the estate, which we'll get into a little bit. But as our viewers can see, y'all have made tremendous progress, and the house certainly has come a long way since we last talked to you guys back in July. Now, of course, the house or the estate has incredible meaning and value to yourself and the Ford family. But what's the larger purpose here, and what's kind of the larger meaning of the estate, and why is it so important to restore it and bring it back to its former glory?
Well, I think that's a really great question, because we all think about it all the time. Bob and I talk about it. I mean, if you think back 75 or 80 years ago, Henry Ford was the wealthiest man in the United States, maybe in the world. And so I think it's very important to help recreate, help restore the home that Clara and Henry Ford lived in, so we can interpret what it was like living back then. What are the kinds of things that Clara and Henry were involved with 100 years ago? So there's lots of important things, really not only for the family, Ford Motor Company, or the city of Dearborn, Greater Michigan, but really I think that once this home is fully open, we'll probably find ourselves having visitors from around the world who want to come and see where Henry Ford lived with his wife Clara. So exciting times.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. We ourselves can't wait to get in and tour one day soon. We are actually able to bring a bunch of members of Bronco Nation during the Woodward Dream Cruise through the portico, and they got to take pictures of themselves in their Bronco in front of the estate, which was super cool. Now, last question for you, something a little bit more personal. As this house has been brought back to life over the past few years, what's one room or one place or one element of the house that is your favorite or is most meaningful to you?
Well, another interesting question, because Bob Burry and I have talked about this a lot, and that is, how do we restore the second floor? It's of great interest to me. How are we going to interpret Edsel's bedroom and suite? How do we interpret Clara and Henry Ford's bedroom? What was it like there? What did the furniture look like? We have scant information, so we'll have to sort of figure out a little bit about what did the rooms look like. Edsel only lived there for a very short period of time because he got married and he and his wife moved to St. Clair Shores. So Henry and Clara lived there for a long time. And so I think interpreting the second floor is very important. I'm particularly interested in Clara and Henry's bedroom, only because I think as a visitor, once I saw the downstairs, I would want to go upstairs and see the bedroom. So I think it's going to have high interest for our visitors, and we're excited about it.
Yeah, I think it's a great, beautiful piece of history that has been really cool to see from the outside. We've seen it a few times. So as I mentioned, we can't wait to get inside and see the beautiful restoration that you all are working so hard on and some of the funds that the sweepstakes have raised in that restoration process. So I'm now going to turn it over to Laura, who is actually seated in the estate, as I mentioned, with CEO and president of Fairlane, Bob Burry. Laura, Bob, how are you guys doing?
We're doing great, and I think really enjoying some of that beautiful space you were just describing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I'm looking at the most intricate woodwork right now and the plaster ceilings, and it's just absolutely beautiful here. And if you haven't been here in the past or even walked the grounds, it is definitely worth a visit. Michigan in the winter is not the most scenic, but there's beautiful structures here just to look at. So if you're interested in architecture, it's worth coming by and just strolling even in the winter, but I'm sure it's even better in the spring and summer, isn't it, Bob?
Sure, but when you see the pictures of the Bronco that were just taken today in the beautiful Michigan sunshine, we had a perfect day for the drawing. So we wouldn't have taken it out if it was snowing or raining or messy, but we figured let's show it off before we give it away.
Yeah, so let's talk about the raffle. As we can see the hint behind, we mentioned, what vehicle was the sweepstakes for? What vehicle are we sweepstaking?
The 2022 Bronco Raptor.
Yes.
Amazing vehicle.
So this vehicle had the Lux package, and of course, the Bronco Raptor has been on limited basis for order. You had to have the golden ticket, so to speak, and be one of the lucky few who was able to convert a reservation. So I'm assuming that you saw many eager to enter, Bob?
We did. We've been running the sweepstakes for almost 8 months. And, when you launch it and then when you're about to close it, that's when you get an awful lot of interest. And we're thrilled with the response that we received this year. This is our third sweepstakes since we've been doing sweepstakes here to help support Fairlane, and it's by far our biggest, and this vehicle is by far our biggest. It's a monster. I mean, we had it out here today, and the tires and the wheel wells, and it's a pretty impressive vehicle. I don't need to tell your viewers how special that Bronco Raptor is.
Yes, it's definitely something that someone's about to win. Formally, we're announcing in just a second, but before that, is there anything viewers should stay tuned for 2023?
Well, this one's going to be hard to beat, and but we are very excited. And I tell you, one of the things that we strive to do through the sweepstakes is build awareness for Fairlane. For some of the reasons that Mr. Ford brought up, how important it is to inspire and to tell the story of America and really the world in a very big way. And by having a sweepstakes, in addition to raising much needed funds, really helps us tell that story and get it out there. So we're eager to try and do that again next year and continue to spread the word of Fairlane and raise the funds that we need to continue to restore and reimagine this amazing estate in Powerhouse and Garage and some of all the other highlights of the property.
Wonderful. Thank you, Bob. So with that, I know people are eager to hear the winner's name. Would you like to go ahead and announce that right now?
I'm very excited to announce our winner, And I'm sure he is watching right now, and his name is John Gilbert from Elginak, Michigan. And for those of you not from the area, Elginak's kind of a far-out suburb of Metro Detroit. And we were thrilled to pick the lucky ticket for Mr. Gilbert, who actually bought tickets last year and didn't win, and came back again, so we're doubly happy that this was his big year. It was ticket 091507, and a couple of days he'll be driving that home. So congratulations, John.
Absolutely fantastic. Huge congratulations. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
he's going to take
that's
Michigan by storm, I tell you.
That's fantastic. Well, congratulations to John. Last year, a Bronco Nation member actually won, and as Bob said, John bought tickets last year and bought tickets then again this year. So, as he hinted or alluded to, there will be another sweepstakes hopefully coming in the near future. So, just because you didn't win this time doesn't mean you can't enter again and hopefully win next time like John did. Well, Mr. Ford, Bob, we want to thank you both so much for your time this evening. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to join us. Tell us a little bit about the home and update us on its progress, and we hope to talk to you both in the very near future.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
Great. Always a pleasure to be with you. Thanks very much. Congratulations, John.
Yes, both you gentlemen have a great evening and a great rest of your week. Well, that was fantastic. Congratulations to John Gilbert, and thank you very much to Edsel B. Ford II and Bob Burry for joining us, taking time out of their very busy schedule to be with the Bronco Nation, to be with all of you at home. Super exciting. Great to be able to have this kind of access and talk to people of that caliber. We really, really appreciate it, and it's thanks all to you guys at home who have helped us to build this community over the past few years. As we said, there will be another sweepstakes hopefully upcoming, and it could be another chance for you all to win a very important or special vehicle. We don't know what that is yet. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, like this video. Let us know you're here. Let us know in the super chat where you guys are watching from. Seeing lots of active people over there, which is always great. A lot of you left after the winner was announced, which is sad, but that's okay. We see our loyal group of people still going on. And now we're going to get into the regular part of our broadcast that you all are very familiar with. And we're going to continue with programming per usual. So first, we're going to dive into events. First, and arguably most exciting, is King of the Hammers, which is coming up in just a few short weeks. We announced earlier this week and opened reservations for Basecamp, and boy, you guys sure hopped on that very quickly, as Basecamp is essentially fully sold out, which is great. We can't wait to see all of hundreds of you literally on the Lake Bed and Johnson Valley very, very soon. So super exciting for that. Laura, why don't you tell us a little bit about what people can expect at KOH this year?
So we have got an oasis in the desert for you guys planned. We'll be in the same space as last year, and we will be set up to accept RVs and overlanding and primitive camping and our own tents that we have for you guys to borrow. And like Jordan said, we're mostly filled up, but we will be talking about day passes in just a little bit, so we can do some of the activities together. So we will be feeding our campers breakfast and dinner on the days February 8th through the 12th. We will be doing trips to Bronco Knoll. We will be doing Chase the Race with expert trail guides, and we'll be going to different viewing areas and driving our Broncos around there and watching the race trucks come by. That was part of my favorite parts last year for sure. And then we will do campfires with Ford personnel. We are going to have a celebrity night drive. So we love the night drives always. Chance to use some of our lights and things like that. And then of course having the ability to go with some famous names will be absolutely fun. So those are some of the things that we have planned. It's always an adventure. It's always a great time. It's always dusty, so make sure if you have
Very
not gone
dusty.
to King of the Hammers before, ski goggles are recommended, little scarves and things like that to cover your face. So be prepared for that. And if you are camping in a tent, bring a propane heater. It gets cold in the desert. If you're not from the area, temperatures drop down to the 30s, but makes for the adventure, makes for it fun. So that'll be something that we're looking forward to in just weeks.
Laura's the celebrity, actually, guys. So the Celebrity Night Drive is actually hosted
Matt.
by Laura, which is super, yeah.
First time off-roading.
Super excited. First time. Just kidding, though. No, it is going to be an action-packed week. We can't wait. If you are already signed up, fantastic. That is February 8th through the 12th. Meals, all sorts of stuff, as Laura said, VIP accommodations. However, if you are registered and you do want to come earlier, you can actually move in on February 2nd. There will be no services other than porta potties, but if you want to come and experience King of Hammers for a longer duration, you can actually move into your spot on February 2nd, which is super exciting. And yes, day passes are launching Wednesday at noon.
At noon, yes.
Wednesday at noon, I believe, Eastern. Yeah, Wednesday at noon Eastern, which is going to be great. So those will be a reduced price, obviously, from the camping pass, and that'll include VIP parking in Hammertown as well as meals. So that is going to be a steal of a deal, let me tell you. But we anticipate those going extremely quickly, and quantities of those will obviously be limited. So get your fingers and typers ready at noon, because we anticipate those day passes going like that.
And those will be for Bronco Nation members first.
Members
we like
only.
Members only. We like to be able to give you guys additional perks and ways that you can enjoy events with us. So if you're not a member, there's still time to sign up. So we're looking forward to seeing you there no matter what.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions about King of Hammers, what we're doing there, when, where, how to come, whatever, leave them in the super chat on the right-hand side of the screen, and we'll answer those as the broadcast continues. And as always, if you guys have any questions in general, make sure to leave them over there for a little Q&A session at the end. Next event up is Wheeling for a Cause, which is this weekend in Mason, Texas. I will be there on Friday and Saturday, which is exciting. That is hosted by Bronc and Co. To benefit a veteran, I believe is what they're doing this year, or for this event. So all the money that's been raised, they're doing a really cool Bronco build to give to a veteran, which is really exciting. We had Tyler on from Bronc a few last year in December, I believe, to talk a little bit more about that. And so we're excited for the event. If you're going to be in the area, make sure you come, say hi. Would love to see you guys, and it should be a fun weekend. It is about an hour west of Off-rodeo, which is pretty cool. So if you are in the area, bop on over and say hi.
Bopping.
Great. Bop on over. Laura?
Yes.
Off-rodeo?
Off-rodeo. So this is the year. If you have not attended off-rodeo, this is the year to go. There are going to be special days. There are going to be plenty of ways that you can attend any of the 4 locations. So whether you have a Bronco or you have a Sport, again, if you remember, Ford announced that they were widening the range of Bronco Sport owners who'd be able to attend off-rodeo for 2023, those owners who have a 2023. So if you haven't gone, make sure that you plan a visit. You want to get that in and get to know your Bronco. So even if you've been off-roading all your life, or you feel pretty confident with your skills already, every time I go, I still pick up a new tip or trick. So it's a great way to learn the vehicle. You want to make sure that you know what all those buttons and knobs and things like that do. I know a lot of people talk about they leave the dealership and they don't even know where the windshield wiper controls are yet. So just wait till you get to the off-roading controls. So no, it's a fantastic way. It's an excellent way to spend the day with fellow Bronco enthusiasts, and you will have a fantastic time. I have not heard a single person who regretted it. So take a look at the Off-rodeo site. They do have winter weekends open right now at some locations, and get your reservation made.
Yes, do it. Ragnar Khan asked, do we know if spring dates are open yet? I thought they were, but are they not?
from Moab, Torg Surf. He did say that they've opened the next couple of weeks. They do several months at a time, so go on there, check out the calendar, and see what's available. And if you have a question that is not answered there, there's a phone number on there and an email address to the Off-rodeo headquarters, and you'll talk to some really helpful people who can help you just confirm your vehicle VIN. And you can go before you have your Bronco. So if you have not had the pleasure of taking delivery yet, it may be something that you want to consider even beforehand to get yourself prepared for when it comes in.
Yes, I also want to take a quick second to thank Mitch Watts for his Super Chat donation. Really appreciate it. He says, much love from your Bronco boys and girls from Alabama. Good luck, everyone. Thank you, Mitch. Always great to see you all. Of course, if you're in the Alabama, Birmingham area, hit up Town & Country Ford, fantastic dealer. Somebody said, Trevor Stark says March through June off-rodeo dates are available. So there's your answer.
Perfect.
And then Allie said it's the best time. Yes, it is. And we're going to be doing more events at off-rodeo in 2023, which is exciting. So stay tuned for details on that. We say that way too much. We say stay tuned for details. As Tim Kiley said, who I got the pleasure of meeting with in Arizona a few weeks ago at a Bronco event, which was awesome. Tim, it was great to meet you. He says, any epic updates? Laura, do we have any epic updates? Do we have any epic updates?
We do not at this time, but we have been scheming and plotting and preparing for some very special things coming up soon. We know that you guys are eager for some of the things that we've already done, and I'm sure that you guys know that we are always planning for more.
Maybe they should start a petition.
Yeah, things
What if
that
they
we
start a
haven't
petition?
announced yet. No formal announcement right now at this point, but we hear you guys. We know you are ready to go, chomping at the bit.
We know we committed to it in the pamphlet with the member card, so we put it out there. So this is on us, guys. We said we were going to do it.
We are ready.
You guys hold us
not
accountable,
to
which we
announce.
appreciate. Yeah.
No, but we do
Trust
hear
us. Yes. Dino Bronx says, any updates on your Raptor order, build or ship date? It is sitting in a rail yard for going on 1 month now. So it got shipped from Detroit to my location extremely quickly, and then got offloaded and has been collecting dust and rot lot in the rail yard for going on a month now. So that is all the updates I have. Thank you for asking.
Stay tuned.
DJN M says, day one reservation holder and over 2.5 years now, still waiting. I don't know how that's possible.
I mean, allocations. I think that's the key component that a lot of people still don't seem to know. It's when your dealer will get a Bronco, even more so than constraints. There's always some commodity constraints.
Yeah.
But I do believe that a lot of the day one people are still just due to allocation.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a pause on questions really quickly. You guys keep dropping those in. And Laura, we're going to do community highlights.
Let's do some community highlights.
Let's highlight some community members.
Plenty of us had a little bit of time to do some off-roading and some little scenic trips over maybe the Christmas break or sometime recently. So I grabbed some pictures from the forums of some of the fun that you guys have been having. So we'll flip over to some of those and I'll highlight a couple.
Let's see.
We got 3 dogs, and he's in Williams, Arizona. So all these shots with just a hint of the Bronco and a little snow, and looks like my type of scenery right there for sure.
That's
the
beautiful.
next one, Bronco Fred just took delivery just like days ago, and we've been so excited for that.
Is this also Arizona?
Day one, hour one. It is. It's Lake Pleasant, Arizona.
Ooh,
so this was first
gorgeous.
start for Bronco Fred. Doesn't that look good in that background right there? It looks like a green screen. So
that's
excited
awesome.
for Bronco Fred. We've got
Love the color.
Cal Gecko, who is our unofficial official Beyond photographer. He went out with a group of Broncos to the Indian Lake Reservoir in California. This one's not his Bronco,
Sick.
of course, but he took a lot of great shots. Right now, the California's obviously seeing a lot of heavy rains, flooding, things like that. So we've got all you guys in our thoughts, because I know that even Cal Gecko's ready to take a trip if he needs to get out of that area. So thinking of you guys out there, even though it looks gorgeous right there in the hills. We have next Diebeard, and Trona Pinnacles in California. I'm not familiar with this place, but again,
Looks cool.
gorgeous shot out there.
I think we're really noticing a Western theme.
Well, here's Sleeping Bear Dunes in Michigan, so a local. So right there by the lake shore, and obviously that's a place that's famous for our sand dunes here. So we have a little bit of snow. And next up, we've got Gulf Sky. Gulf Sky was in Holcomb Valley near Big Bear just recently, and that looks like it was a mess to clean up, but probably a lot of fun during the time.
Hopefully, you didn't pull a Mitch Creel there and fry your car.
And Red Death, somewhere in New Mexico. I'm not sure exactly where this is taken, but a very moody, scenic shot. So I think that's awesome. And then plenty more of you guys have been doing video and dash cam videos, and we love when you guys put those in the forums and drop these things. We've got a thread going on right now. What did you do with your Bronco? So if you've gone on a recent trip, where we do have what did you do with your Bronco, but we also have where did you go with your Bronco, and Three Dogs started that one for us. So I dropped in my own recent little trip up north, and if you guys have something, whether it's hardcore rock crawling, or you just have gone out in the mud, or whatever your way of using your Bronco or your sport is, drop that in there. We love seeing the pictures.
Fantastic. Thank you guys a ton. Beautiful pictures as always. West is best. Oh, did you show this one? Did you show the T-Starks one?
Here's T-Starks.
Okay,
this was Bronco baptism. So this one was in Washington with the Inland Bronco Club, and they had fun just going through that. More than a puddle, looks like a little miniature river right there. So.
I think Trevor's here in the chat. Yeah, Trevor Starks is here.
Yeah, it looks absolutely beautiful out there. So get out there with your Broncos.
Super cool. Bronco baptism, I love it.
Yeah.
Is that it anymore?
No, that's some community action right now.
Fantastic. You guys are great. Keep the pictures coming. Every week we get more and more, and we love it. Another repeat question. Any news on the elusive Bronco fender badges? Brother, you and me both would love to know the answer to that, but unfortunately that is out of my control. And I actually did just text right before this because I knew the question would come up and asked for an update. And we're still waiting on final stamp of approval. So I hate to say it again, to say stay tuned, but we will be sure to let you all know as soon as humanly possible.
What's worse, stay tuned or stay pumped?
Hang in there. I don't know. They're all equally horrible, and I hate saying all of them. But I guess that's what it is. Any new vendors lined up? Yes. We did just launch ARB on the site a couple weeks ago. We're kind of like soft launched them. We have a few more that are going to be coming in the near future, in the next month, I think. But ARB, we kind of soft launched. We're hard launching with them in about a month from now. But for you live stream viewers, you can go get the full suite of ARB products on our site now, which is really exciting. We also launched Bronkbuster a little over a month ago. Of course, in addition to the usual suspects of 1552, Trail Rex, Rome, Heretic. Who am I missing? Rock Slide, GRT Off-road. Am I missing anybody?
We have Jeff's Bronco Graveyard, not on the site,
Jeff's Bronco
but
Graveyard.
the discount.
Yeah, but you can get a discount. Mm-hmm. I think that's about it. If you guys have any that you want to see that we may not be thinking of, let us know in the comment section, and we'll be sure to look into that. I was also going to ask there's also going to be one more thing I was going to ask you guys to leave us feedback on, and I forgot. We're thinking of switching kind of in the line of member drives and switching back to King of Hammers. We're thinking of doing a Bronco Knoll trail drive the weekend before King of Hammers. Let me find the date.
It's the 6th? No, 4th.
February 4th and 5th, one of those days. If any of you are in the area and would like to do a Bronco Knoll trail drive, let us know. We're, of course, going to be doing them during King of Hammers. But if you don't want to deal with all the ruffle and kerfluffle of King of Hammers and just want to do a cool little Bronco Knoll drive, let us know either on the forums or in the super chat. on the comment section. I saw that Leonard Long, member, I think 525, I believe, 565. He lives just really close to King of Hammers, is going to be there, so that's fantastic. Excited to see you. But yeah, so if that's something you guys are interested in, certainly let us know. But other than that, King of Hammers is going to be a very action-packed and fun time. R2 wants to know, will Bronco Nation be at Hollyoaks in 2 weeks?
So the Michigan Bronco Club will be over there very shortly, and I think it's the weekend before. There's like a Bronco Snow Fest at Hollyoaks, and they'll be doing a shop tour, and then there's going to be a winter wheeling primer right afterwards. So we always do our best to make it to the local events if we can. I do have a birthday for a family member that day, so I'm going to do my best to get over there, but we will see. If not, there will be plenty of amazing people like Ellie and Matt and some of the people who kind of head up a lot of the events over there at the Michigan Bronco Club. So you will not be missing out for a good time if you go over there.
Nope. I will not be there, unfortunately. I'm kidding. No, I won't be there. Yeah. Tony Calkins says, I'll be at KOH from January 23rd through February 12th. That is quite the stint, my friend. But hopefully we see you there. Botech69 said, I heard rumors that open orders might start up again in November or December of this year. Have you guys heard anything about that? I have not.
So there's been a lot of rumors. Obviously, February has been the month that's been floating around the most, but Ford has not confirmed any of that. So if they do open at some point, that would be awesome. I do know that they obviously were trying to close the gap in the number that they had between people waiting and then obviously the ones that need to get built. So Ford hasn't said anything yet, but if they do and when they do, we will publish that news on Bronco Nation.
And we've been in talks with them. We hope to have a Ford representative on one of our upcoming live streams the next month or two. So hopefully if they're on, we can get some announcements from them. Ali said dealers get an announcement Friday, so stay tuned for that from your dealer. Ali also says registration opens January 15th for Supercell. Does Bronco Nation have a spot again like this, like last year? I assume you're talking about Supercell East. Yes, I'm gonna guess she's talking about Supercell East. I don't know. I'm not part of that planning committee. I was not there last year.
Jordan just
Probably won't
rolls
be there
in
this
and
year.
shows up, and that's what he gets for being the big names. No, so
I'm a West Coast event kind of guy.
We have a lot of people, not a lot of people, we've got some people on the team who have a lot of earlier generations of Broncos, so I know that the heritage events are important to them, and obviously there's a lot of 6th Gen Broncos there last year at East and Townsend, so we love being able to support all the different events that we can. There's 6 of us. So it is hard for us to make it across the country back and forth all the time. I know a lot of people want more events in the East. They want more events down like Florida and South Carolina type area, and then even up into Maine. So we know the famous wheeling is out west, but we do love attending the East events, and we love seeing more events come up in the East. Again, sometimes we're a little bit more reliant on what we can piggyback to, but we do love the Supercell events, especially going out to West, and there's Wisconsin, and there's a lot there. Those are hosted by Bronco Driver, so a good event to attend for sure.
Yes. Will you all be going to Bronco Bash, Tennessee in July?
That one I do not think is on our radar yet. I know there's Bronco Invasion
I'm going to go with no.
in Tennessee and Pigeon Ford in August, I believe, but I have not heard of Bronco Bash yet. So,
is that so? That's 3 Tennessee events, like back to back to back.
There is a demand for events in Tennessee, I guess.
Okay, well, okay. One of us may show up, and I'm going to give that one a low probability. If I had to guess, 23 is going to be a busy year. But of course, as soon as we have more event information, we'll be sure to release that to you all. Laura, Housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Membership updates. We kind of
So-
reshuffled membership this past week, didn't we?
We love keeping you guys on your toes. So this year,
What's the fun in staying the same?
yeah, this year we're trying to make it so much easier and more cost effective for you guys to take part in all the benefits of Bronco Nation, from attending Bronco Base Camp to our partner discounts to the gated content that we have on BN, and just all the different ways that you can participate in the community. So we don't like to assign, heavy costs to that in any way whatsoever. So what we found this year would be a good solution would be to drop the cost to $24.99 for everybody. That way it makes it easy for you guys to be able to get these benefits and get some of the discounts and get some of the trips and things like that without having it tied to the premium member kit. So we do love the gear. We love being able to put together a bundle for you guys and kind of make it a little special gift that arrives every year. But we also know that some of you guys have a lot of Bronco Nation hats. And you have the grill badge because you've been members for a long time. And even though London works very hard to switch it up every single year, we think this will be a great way forward to where you can become a member and get those benefits and then be able to pick out your own member exclusive gear. So if you want those rocker stickers or patches, or if you want some of the new items that London's prepared for in the store, those will be dropping mid-January. So I think we're coming up on the 15th pretty soon. So that'll be a way.
I was going to say, it's almost mid-January.
I know, time is flying. So that'll be a way for you to be able to pick out your own gear and get the things that appeal to you the most. We've got a couple cool items that I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
So those will be coming into the store very soon. So everybody who has been a member so far, thank you so much. We absolutely love being able to have that relationship with you guys and doing our best to make owning a Bronco easier and more enjoyable for you, whether that's helping you build out your Bronco or find a way to go use it or people to use it with. So things like
Yes.
the member map, creating events, all those aspects. We just love being able to spend time with you and getting to know you guys on the forums and at events, like Jordan just said, with the Arizona event. So we're looking forward to a lot of that in 2024. We are just skyrocketing through these years.
We are so excited to get on.
So if you have any questions about membership, we'll be sending out more communications and emails. But
Don't
if you're
fret.
set to renew, you'll see it renewing at a cheaper price. But your benefits are actually only growing. We're only adding more to your benefits and not taking anything away.
That's what we call value, ladies and gentlemen. Always
Great
making that
value.
ownership experience easier and more enjoyable. Ragnar Khan said, yes, come to the Northeast. You can stand around in a parking lot of a local brewery surrounded by Broncos while complaining about the lack of trails.
Yeah, I saw that.
That sounds like
I
an
saw that there-
absolute ball of a time.
It doesn't seem to be too many trails out in that area, but we'll find them. We'll find fun ways to do stuff.
For what it's worth, we do not condone drinking and driving or drinking and
Oh, no.
off-roading. So
Afterwards.
Don't, yeah,
Go
do
do
that
the-
later.
Yeah.
We don't support that over here. But if that's if that's the events that go on in the Northeast, there you go. So that's that. To each their own. What do they call it? Like cars and carpets or something, where they just cars on the carpet, like a
No, I haven't heard of that before.
cars and carpets. It's like I know there's cars and coffee, but cars and
Yeah.
carpets is another one. So getting off-road is a little bit more fun. Trevor Stark said, got my Bronco Nation membership card. Thanks. Fantastic. Glad you got that. Saw a few of those at that Arizona Bronco event, which was really cool. Love to see those puppies out in the wild. Wild Raptor 2023 said, so more breweries than off-roading. Sounds like the wrong type of off-roading. I would concur with that. But hey, different strokes for different folks. While we're here, I want to get the likes to 100. So we have 16 to go. So if you guys could just smash that like button. I hate saying that, but smash the like button. We need to get to 100 before the stream ends. Otherwise, Laura and I are going to sit here for hours on end until we get to the 100 because
And
we've been
I'm
told we
not in
can't
my
get off
own
until we get
house,
100.
So
Yeah.
let's not do that, because let's be respectful of our.
Laura's in the Fairlane estate.
There would be more cats if it was my house.
11 to go, guys. Come on, you can do it. 11 more likes. Let's get to 90. Oh, there we go. Okay. I will do some housekeeping version while you guys. 97. We're almost there.
Thank
We can
you,
just wrap
guys.
this up right now. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. A couple more 100 likes. Love you guys. You guys are the best. And subscribe if you haven't. I would assume most of you are. But if you haven't, hit the big red subscribe button. 100. Boom. You guys are the best. Social media updates. Nothing crazy on there. Although, if you're not... Tim, Cat Lady, that's Laura.
Yeah.
If you guys are not following us on social media, make sure you're doing that at the Bronco Nation. On Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all those fun things. I know a ton of you are probably on TikTok. I'm kidding. But we do some fun posting over there if that ever suits your fancy. We are going to be covering this weekend at Wheeling for a Cause on social media. Then, of course, if you want all the behind-the-scenes KOH content, if you're not able to be there, make sure you follow us on social media as well, because you'll get all the behind-the-scenes.
I'm going to be vlogging
inside
the
looks,
trip.
stuff like that. Laura's going to be vlogging. She is pursuing her career as a professional vlogger.
I will not
so you can
be.
subscribe to her YouTube channel. Laura, Scott David wants to know, can you repeat the winning numbers for the giveaway? Do we have those handy?
Yeah, I got my little ping pong machine. Hold
You're
on. Yeah, no, we don't have the winning numbers, do we?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to look them up.
Okay.
I have them somewhere. I know it started with a 0.
091507 for John Gilbert here in Michigan.
Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, great. Fantastic. There you go.
So if you did
I'll
not
repeat
win,
them.
stay tuned for possibly more raffles in the future. It goes to obviously a good cause in restoring this beautiful building.
Yes. 091507. John Gilbert of Algonac, Michigan, is the winner. So congratulations. Where's the best place to stream KOH? Ooh, that's a good question.
They have
Good question.
They have it right on the website. So if you go to, I don't know the URL, but kingofthehammers.com,
We'll post it.
maybe. They do have a link to that where you can watch if you're not there. And then obviously
We'll
all
post it
the
once we get
Bronco
it.
racers will have it on Instagram and things like that. Lauren Healy and Vaughn and all those.
All these people are asking if you said bong, Laura.
I know, I really fumbled that one.
Let's try not to get demonetized on here.
Yeah.
Is that Azure Gray or Area 51 behind?
It is
Oh,
Area
behind
50.
me.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is Area 51. Yes. I actually
did
saw
see-
Azure Gray for the first time
Yeah.
recently, and I really like it. I like it more than Area 51.
Yeah, it's got a little bit more
but-
purple in it almost in a way. It's like a flatter, deeper
I will
color
say
in
I
a
do
way.
have to give Tim a shout out because he brought his Bronco to the Arizona meetup and did a matte, like the 3M stealth wrap where it's like a matte finish but clear on Area 51, and it looks super sick. I feel like Area 51's been overdone. Okay, we're gonna go and block that person.
Yeah, let's get rid of that. Do
Uh,
that. Area 51 looked great though with Tim's flat wrap on it for sure.
yes, sorry, got diverted there for a second.
Yeah.
But looks amazing. Expel, that's what it was. So it looks great. So Tim, not only was it great to meet you, but it was great to see your Bronco. So. Wild Raptor said Area 51 is just one of 79,989 Broncos built so far.
There's been a lot
But yeah.
built.
There have. Laura, any
of them are just
questions
waiting
from the
shipping.
forums? True.
Well, shipping is the biggest thing, and the questions always are, where's my Bronco? And whether you're coming by rail or you're coming by truck, both of those have been heavily delayed. So a lot of you guys
Yep.
have seen your Broncos, the built emails, and you are waiting for those to get moving. So obviously that is frustrating and painful, but that is something that is just constrained, it seems like, nationwide right now for getting those out. Ford is shipping Broncos daily from the reports that I'm getting in the forums, and people I know it's not fast enough, especially once you see it built and it's just sitting there here in Michigan. So we do hope all you guys get those shipping quickly. I'm not sure when those constraints will lift. If anybody's an employee at MAP or a transit company and you know any details, feel free to share those if you can. But I don't have any specifics other than things are delayed.
Yep, I can attest after it's sitting in a rail yard in my home state for a month. So, okay, well, I think that's going to do it for us all this evening. Laura, unless you have anything else.
Just looking forward to everything this year will hold.
Everything.
Whether we've announced it
Oh, we
or
didn't even
not.
say Happy New Year to everybody. I forgot this is our first term of the year. Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful holiday. If you didn't notice, Laura and I disappeared for about 10 days, which was much needed. But we're glad to be back. And as Laura said, excited for a incredible year with you all. So I think that'll do it, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, thank you so much
Well,
for
thank
joining
you
us.
all so much for joining us on this Monday. I know it was a different time. Hey, London, thanks for joining. You're a little late, but good to have you here. Thank you all so much for joining. Huge thank you to Edsel B. Ford II and Bob Burry of the Fairlane Estate for joining us tonight. Huge shout out to the Fairlane Estate for allowing us to announce the winner of the Bronco Raptor sweepstakes, and we hope to do it again in the near future. Thanks to our producer Jason. Thanks to Laura for joining from the Fairlane Estate. Pretty cool, nice location there. I think that does it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, follow us on socials. For all of you who are coming to King of Hammers, we can't wait to see you all very soon. Keep an eye out for Day Pass registration information Wednesday at noon Eastern. Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern is when registration will open for that. If you're going to be at Wheeling for a Cause this weekend in Mason, Texas, see you there. Thank you guys for everything. As always, you are the reason we do it, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Have a great week, and we will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.